life.
Funny how your people be the main ones telling you don't be a hoe. You don't gotta suck. You don't gotta do nothing. You can ask us for help. And I turn around and I ask y'all for help, and what you tell me? You don't have friends. You don't got nobody else to ask. I do, and I can suck a for it. But you told me to stop doing that because you got me, right? You don't got me. Oh yeah, my brother would tell me, oh, go find go trust God. Not these niggas. Well, guess what? God sent me these. It's so frustrating. I get a new job, right? I get a new job. Everybody, stop being a whore, Gina. Stop sucking Gina. Be a mother, Gina. Work for what you want, Gina. Okay, I'll go get a job. And what happened? Can you watch my baby? I don't know. Can you pick up my baby and take it to my mama's? No, I got life. No, I can't. No, I can't. Can you give me $20 so I can pay a babysitter while you got a job? You know what? I didn't have these problems when I was sucking. No. Hell, I can leave my baby in here with a Peppa Pig episode before that bitch even finished the intro. Sucked, ready to go. Mommy got $400. Let's go shopping. I did it. I stopped being a whore. Now what? I'm just so sick. I'm just so sick of shit. Like, I don't want to quit my job because I like my job. I like my job. I really do. I like everybody I work with too. But all my family, no, they don't want me to be a no, don't do that. No, but don't ask us for help. No, you definitely can't do that.
Now, I will say this. This is probably a different take than y'all might be used to. I actually feel for her. You know why? Because she's emotional in that. She's literally breaking down. She's having a breakdown. She's having an emotional crash out, right? And I will say this. When she started saying she loved her job, I actually believe that she liked her job. It's something different. It's, she's doing something to try to better herself. But she's saying, hey, can y'all help me while I'm trying to help myself? The reason I say that is because there are people who are not trying to do anything with their lives. They're just sitting and they're wallowing in the filth. They're not trying to change. They're not trying to work. They're not trying to do nothing. And people are helping them. They have all the help in the world, which enables them to sit there and just be lazy. But I do think there's something to it if a person is trying to help themselves and you criticizing them about what they're doing, which, and they're just really in a bad situation to where they can't get any help or they just don't have any help. Then if family is the ones criticizing, why not try to help her so that she can keep a stable job? She seems to be trying to keep a stable job so she don't have to go back to that, life. But she just seems to not have the support that would allow her to do that. And I know we could be very judgmental on these social media apps and we could say, oh, just do this and do that. But there are situations where you just don't, there's no help. Everybody does not have that community of people, to help them in need and all of that. And sometimes people make mistakes and they really are trying to do better, but they just don't have any type of support. From what she was saying, I did empathize with her a bit. And I don't normally do that, but I have logical sense to see she's trying. She said she liked her job and the people that she worked with. They told her stop being a, she tried that. But now she's like, hey, I need a little help. It's only me. I know this is a bad situation, but I'm trying. Can you help me? I think there are people who are literally trying. It just got you made some messed up decisions, right? Because you got to be accountable for your choices. But okay, once the choices are made, I mean, you can't keep just beating them down. Once it's done, it's done. The whole thing is we want to talk to you before you make that horrible. We want to give you the advice before you make that bad decision. We want to try to talk to you so you can make better decisions so you don't end up in a place because we already know what that looks like, So, but once you've created the problem, there's no need to keep beating a person down because of it, because it's like they can't take it back. At this point, it's done. What's done is done. So if they're trying, I'm not talking about lazy people who just don't give a damn and just gonna do whatever and they don't care about the consequences, but there are people who are trying. And I think a lot of times the people who are trying don't get the support that would help them to get to a better place to actually do better. Because I think sometimes even in your family is not rooting for you. Your family like to talk shit about you, but they don't really want to help you or see you grow and elevate. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all ever been in that situation? Let me know. Do you agree or disagree? I want to know. Let me know in the chat. Because I know there are family members who could be like your worst enemies. They want to constantly be able to talk about you. They want to be able to continuously put you down. They want to see you in these negative positions. And so they can have something to talk about to make themselves feel better. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think a lot of times family don't really mean you any good. You got to recognize when there are people who are trying to do better. They want to do better. Those are the people I think deserve some type of help, or, you know, because they'll probably take that help and actually build themselves up and do better. Because then there are those who don't give a damn. Like I said, they don't care. They're just sitting back doing whatever. They don't care what you say. They're not listening to a word you saying. They sitting back, laying up on somebody's couch, eating all the churn Cheerios, just sitting there, a big grown slob, just lazy, don't want to work, don't want to do a goddamn thing, but somebody is letting them sit up, sleeping in their child's room, in their child's bed, just getting up every morning, dragging, eating up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants a big slob. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to do anything, not trying to better yourself. And then when it's women, some of them have 2-3 kids and they ain't trying to do anything, just want you to feed all their kids, do all that. That's a hassle on people who helping those folks. But then you have the ones who want to do better, and then they just don't have the support. They don't have the village. So I think it's a bit mixed match in that sense. I think the people who actually want to do better, that's the ones that should get the support, in my opinion. You know, and then it be family members, mothers and aunties. They be talking about you like a dog. But you're like, hey, look, I'm going to go get this job. I'm trying to do this. I want to better myself. Can y'all help me, please? I'm trying. And they don't get the help. So I think that, you know, there's something to be said for that, in my opinion. Sometimes your family members are your worst enemies. They don't want, because see, people get used to you being the one to put down. They get used to the black sheep of the family, if you will. They get used to you being the you know, the bottom of the barrel, the one who they always go talk to everybody about and say, ooh, he ain't doing shit with their life. Oh, my girl, he a hoe, or she a hoe. She got all them kids, ain't got nothing to show for it, and this and that. She don't want to work. She don't want to do this, or he don't want to do that. He don't want to do. They get up every day talking about you. But when it looks like you got a job, you like, oh, I got a job. Oh, I got somebody to watch the kids. You can talk all this shit about them, but then they start leveling up. Like, I got a job. I love my job. You don't watch kids. They get a babysitter. Then they gonna start looking sideways. You'll see that face start turning. Like, ooh, because then they might get their life together, and guess what? They gonna look better than you.
Oh my God!
Because you sitting there talking about them while you sitting up fat, and it used to be the big ones, big fat, whoever, sitting up fat, rat. Ain't doing nothing with your life, sitting there getting Social Security, even though you can work and you're able-bodied, just sitting there eating snacks, getting big as a house, talking about people. And then when that person start doing something with their life and turning it around, now you're getting antsy. And now they don't need to depend on you or they're not asking you for no help. They go find it, they figure it out, and then they end up doing well. And then one thing begets another. And then next thing you know, they're buying a house and they this and that. And then these people be looking stupid. Then they be mad and you don't like them now. Because now they think they're better than us. No, it's been you the whole time. It's been you the whole time. You've been sitting your fat ass up there mad the whole time. You knew that if that person, you know, the closer that person gets to bettering themselves, you getting even madder because you know something about them you don't like. Either they skinny, because the big people be mad at the skinny chicks. So you don't like that she's skinny and you fat, and you can't barely walk and she can walk. So you're going to point out every negative thing about her because you don't like her. But then when those negative things start dwindling and then more positive and you don't have nothing to talk, you still mad. So child, I've seen people like that. So I know how that go. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. You know, yeah, we know there's some women out here who are doing the horrible things, but there are some people who are actually trying to get it right. And if you can help, you know, especially if you're family and saying, you know, with little things like, oh, watch the baby till she go to work. She's trying to work. She's trying. So I'm all for people trying to do better. I am, you know, and I think people can change. And I do think people can make a difference if they want to, though. DeeDee's reactions, videos and live things. DeeDee's reactions, she's about to put on a show. These reactions, just to let you know, like, share, subscribe, we about to go live.